Hello. Good morning, beautiful people. My name is SCRY'Zilla. You can call me SCRY'Zilla, Zilla, whichever one you prefer. Only under those three options. And today is January 31st. We are going to be covering some gaming industry news, some tech news, and then we're going to get on the game. We're going to be climbing ranked in Marvel Rivals, or at least we're going to be trying to. Speaking of, that's actually the article that I wanted to get into. Let's see what we got here. Marvel Rivals matchmaking is rigged. The EOMM controversy claims NetEase's top priority is making you lose games and buy more skins. For those of you that don't know, EOMM stands for Engagement Optimized Matchmaking, and there is a huge controversy surrounding this. And personally, I think it's true. I think it's real from my own experience and just from watching other people play. It definitely seems rigged, and it's not just because I'm losing games that I think it's rigged. It's just when you consider all of the reasons why they would be doing something like this, they're massively incentivized to rig it in that direction. Marvel Rivals might be under fire soon for allegedly using unfair tactics to maximize profits. We'll see. We'll see if it'll go under fire, because this is also something that is used for a lot of games, and there are people that are talking about it, but you know. Anyway, Marvel Rivals is everywhere in the industry right now, and there's no going back anytime soon, as the game is what many are simply calling fun. Unfortunately, there goes way more behind the scenes to fully understand what it takes to make the game, make the title appear that way. Rivals, developed under NetEase Games, has been under fire recently due to allegations that its matchmaking system is intentionally rigged. At the center of the controversy lies the use of an engagement-optimized matchmaking system, which, in a nutshell, manipulates players' emotions to maximize profits for the studio. Some downright evil shit, but let's get into it. Marvel Rivals and its alleged use of EO, engagement optimized matchmaking. The game is allegedly making use of keep players stuck. Engagement optimized matchmaking is a controversial algorithm often used in competitive online games. It is designed to prioritize engagement over fairness. Instead of ensuring matches are balanced, the system instead crafts situations where players experience a mix of wins and losses. Okay, hold on. Actually, no. Let me see if I could turn the music down just a tad bit. Okay, I think that's a little better. Okay. Alright. Instead of ensuring matches are balanced, the system instead crafts situations where players experience a mix of wins and losses. The goal for games to use engagement-optimized matchmaking is to ultimately keep players hooked, taking them through the multiple experiences of the thrill of victory and the frustration of defeat. Literally. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't pre-read this article, but I have kind of been doing a little bit of research on this. And when you kind of understand what would have to go behind the scenes in order to make something like this work, and also the psychology behind it, it's just so fucked. Like, there's really no other way for me to put it. It's dark psychology at play, for real. And I wouldn't put it above them, because NetEase themselves has come out with well, they haven't come out with any articles or anything like that, but they publish the basis of their algorithm. Like, they attend conventions and whatnot. I don't have the articles on hand, but they'll attend, like, the developers will attend like artificial intelligence conventions, and they'll publish kind of like almost like a thesis of the mechanics behind their algorithm and whatnot. So this information is out there, you know, for people to read, and I've seen other people do videos on this as well, but this really needs to a lot more people need to be talking about this in my opinion. This is a horrible. It's such a good game. You know what I'm saying? It's such a good game, but it's fucking horrible when you log on and you have these forces that are working in opposition to you. It's almost like a participation trophy. You log on, you get your first W, right? Always. I mean, you get your first win, you might get your second win, but then after that, it's like you're just sliding down a slippery slope of just L's. And then when you look at your teammates playing, it's like you're in a team full of people. There has never, no, that's an exaggeration. I'm not gonna say there has never been a game that I've played where I didn't feel it. It wasn't like, you know, I lost and it was like, oh, that's a good game. Because I have had those instances, a handful in comparison to all my other losses, but majority of the time I'm losing. It's like, what the fuck was my team doing? That's always my complaint, and everybody has the same complaint. But it seems like we're being matched in teams with people who either don't care to understand how to play the game, or don't care to really play the game, or bots. This was also a thing that I read in the article, which yeah, like that, they said that with the use of this algorithm, you know, like they inject bots. I'm not sure 100%, because I don't want to give y'all bad information. I'm not sure if they 100% put bots into ranked. We already know they do it in quick play. I wouldn't put it past them though. I wouldn't put it past them at certain levels if that was the case. Again, I don't have any hard evidence for that, but when you look at the pattern of wins and losses that you get, like, come on, there has to be something deeper to this. It's not just, oh, I get shitty teammates. It always happens in these games that we play. You're gonna get bad teammates, but it's almost as if the game is strategically based off of the habits that you do. It builds a profile. That's how it works. This artificial intelligence builds a profile based off of not just like the type of player you are, but almost in a way the type of person that you are too, because the algorithm can track purchases as well. So like, I'll give you a scenario. Again, this is conjecture. I don't have any hard proof for it, but I'm just telling you to kind of get you thinking about it and the possibility that this might be real, you know, because again, we have no confirmation, not even in this article. But here's a scenario, right? And I've seen this happen, right? You will be on a team full of everyone. Like, say your team is full of players that have a skin. Everybody's using a character, they have skins that they bought, and then let's say you stomp the other team and nobody has skins on the other team. They're incentivized to create a system to which where the player that's on the opposite team who just got stomped is now thinking, they're probably going to think to themselves like, everybody on the opposite team, they're wearing these cool ass skins. Shit, it's kind of making me want to buy a skin. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe wearing a skin is a sign of like you being a good player or whatever. So like, why don't I buy a skin, and even though it won't make me good, it'll kind of motivate me to be better and try and practice. You know what I'm saying? So scenarios like that, these are things that happen outside of the game. It's not just the fight that this type of algorithm is promoting. It's all to keep you on the game as long as possible, and it's also promoting sales. They want to get their players. 1 second. Excuse me. They want to get their players to make purchases. That's all it is at the end of the day. Let's not forget. Goodness gracious. Let's not forget a company, a business, sole purpose is to make money, and it's to make profit. So again, I wouldn't put it past them. Let's continue. Marvel Rivals is said to use this mechanic in order to make players feel good when they first log in. What'd I say? It makes them feel the fun in the game and allegedly manipulates them into buying more skins. Listen, I did not pre-read this article, but there it goes talking about it right there. I did research elsewhere, but it's funny that the research elsewhere kind of corroborates exactly with what I'm seeing here. Due to the player thinking of the long-term benefit. Yo, I swear to God, I didn't read this article, and it didn't say that in the research that I read. The obvious signs of EOMM being present in the game include not only the drastic changes in victory and defeats, which we've all experienced. Again, it's time to start asking questions, but also the exaggeration in the number of bots playing the round, which can vary, and so can their skill level if the scenario calls for it. The worst side of alleged EOMM and Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals allegedly creates a psychological reward loop, forcing players to be drawn back into the game and making them determined to achieve the next win after a frustrating loss. It also extends to more than just bots being present in the game. If the game sees fit, it can also alter your and your enemy's hitboxes. I've heard this, and if this is the case, this is fucked. Not only have I heard this, but I've also kind of experienced it in a way. And I have a theory. Let me just finish this. The amount of damage being done and more technical manipulations without leaving a trace. Yo, if this is the case, and this is why I tend to stay away from live service games, bro. If this is the case, this is fucked. This is so fucked. What do you mean manipulate my hitboxes? And again, I wouldn't put it past them. Have you seen the hitboxes on some of these characters? And not just the hitboxes, but the what is it called, the attack boxes or whatever, where like you can launch out an attack, but it has like an area of effect or whatever. Like for example, Hawkeye's attack isn't necessarily directly on the reticle, but if you kind of move to the right, you know what I'm saying, you have some leeway on getting headshots still. So his range is kind of like horizontally this way. Like if he's here, his range is horizontal like this. It's not like that, because if you overshoot this way, you're gonna miss the target. But if you kind of overshoot in this area, like say I'm Hawkeye, if I overshoot in this area, it's likely that I can still get the shot. So I think they purposely designed it like that so that this kind of stuff can happen on the back end. You know what I'm saying? Things like altering your hitboxes, like, oh shit, like this person's been winning a lot. It's time to give them a loss. You know what I'm saying? It's time to give them a loss. That's what the algorithm is saying. Let's give them a loss. So we're gonna manipulate the hitboxes and make his hitboxes bigger. There was this one time, I think it was last night when I was on the game, I snuck up on this Punisher and I was attacking him on the back line. He ended up killing me, but when I watched the replay, his aim wasn't even on me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm here and his reticle's like over here and I'm moving like this and he's like, you know, he'll hit me every so now and then, but it's like, it's almost like I was watching that, and that was after I had a two win streak. I was watching that and I was like, are my hitboxes being manipulated? Like what the fuck is going on? So again, I wouldn't put it past them. If a company sees the psychological benefit, they're gonna do it. Why wouldn't they do it, bro? It is important to note that so far there is ultimately no proof, true, that Marvel Rivals makes use of such mechanics. However, the collective experience of thousands is an understatement, millions of players had made many come to the conclusion that engagement automatically. Yeah, bro, 100%. Listen, oh my God, like I again, there's no proof of this, but I believe it. I believe that this is the case. Saying that there's no proof is a little bit of a understatement as well, because the company itself has come out. I don't have the document. Well, the thing is, and I know where the documents are, it's just, it's long, a lot of technical speak and jargon. It's hard to siphon. It's almost like reading through a bill that's passing through Congress. Like it's a lot of shit, but it's out there. And a summary of that is basically kind of them they were at an artificial intelligence convention, and they were just detailing their algorithm. You know what I'm saying? They were saying that these things are possible. These things are possible, and these things are possible. They didn't confirm, oh, this is what we're doing in this game, but they said this is possible to do with this algorithm. If one sees fit, you know what I'm saying? You can alter the hitboxes in the game if you see fit. You can do this. It tracks this. It does it. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't put it past them, not at all. See what they say in the comments. It's an extremely alarming, disappointing news that I found out the other day. Even ranked has it, but I believe ranked should not have it. Yeah, honestly, bro, I feel the same way. Yeah. Yo, oh my god. I've had multiple games where the enemy skill level seems to skyrocket about 3/4 of the way through the game. The team I am on will almost have 0 deaths, and about 75% through the enemy team suddenly cuts through us like a hot knife through butter, and we can't seem to make any headway. Yo, how many times has this happened to you? You'll be playing the game and you'll be doing perfectly well, and then all of a sudden the enemy team turns up out of nowhere after you've just been bum rushing them and stomping them the entirety of the game. I swear to God, bro, I'm not making this shit up. We've all had that experience. This has happened multiple times, at least twice yesterday when I was playing. It's definitely in the game and it's miserable, bro. So with that said, if you are like me and you know you're disappointed that this may be the case and you believe that it might be the case, there are some ways to fight it, though. It's not like you'll be squaring up with it with the engagement based optimized matchmaking, but you know there are some ways to fight it. Like for example, I heard somewhere that in the little server area where you choose to join, like what server you want to play on, and normally you have like 3 options that all 3 are signed up for. Choose one, and choose the one that's closest to you, because what that does is that minimizes the pool that the algorithm collects data from, and that can work in your favor, because in a larger pool, you know, you have a higher range of skill levels, a higher range of player data, you know, to siphon through. So the algorithm just has more and more options to be like, okay, you know, we'll put him up against this person. Oh, he already finished a match with that person. Let's put him up against the next roadblock. Whereas when you lower that sample size, now the algorithm doesn't really have as much leeway to kind of toss you into roadblock after roadblock after roadblock. So there's that you can do. And also, here's another thing. If you lose, hop off the game. Hop off the game, because the thing is, ultimately, this is in place to prevent what's called churning. Engagement optimized matchmaking is a thing because they want to prevent churning. And what churning is when you log off and you don't spend any money. You log off and you stop playing. And what'll happen is that over a period of time of you having this habit of doing that, the algorithm's gonna be like, damn, we need to give him a win. You know what I'm saying? We need to give him a win so that he can stay on the game a little bit longer, you know? So I've had situations and I've tested this and it works, where I lose, I hop off, you know what I'm saying? Wait a little while, maybe even play the next day, hop back on, W. It's like, that's odd. Do the same thing, play the next game, and of course it's a loss. You just know it's going to be a loss. Then it's a loss, hop off, hop back on, W. It's like there are forces at play. There are forces at play. So if you want to do that, do that. That's an easy way to get to whatever grandmaster, whatever goal you might have. But the thing is, it sucks because you should be given the opportunity to play a fair game every single time. You know what I'm saying? When you lose on this game, like the type of players and the mistakes and the shit that you be going through in ranked, it's like every rank is bronze. If you're not running a 6-stack, it's like every rank is bronze, bro, or silver. It's like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? I've had very few games where we've lost, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, that was a very close game. You know what I'm saying? Team, y'all did crazy. Like, we came very close. That hasn't been my experience. Not saying it hasn't been others, but yeah, highly disappointing if this is the case. And for it to, I'm gonna say that this would be the death of the game because people are getting frustrated now. We all have the same sentiment. Come on, let's not be dense. You go online, Instagram Reels, whatever it may be, TikTok, whatever. People are complaining about their teammates, but I don't think it's teammates that's the issue. I think it's the matchmaking algorithm system that's the problem. So, food for thought. Y'all think about that. All right.